Good morning, Standard 9th. Today we will study about economic and non-economic activities. But before starting with today's class, let us just recapitulate what we studied in the previous class. So in the last class, we studied about virtuous and vicious cycle. Virtuous cycle is a chain of advantages. It leads to benefits and thereby helps a person to lead a better life. Whereas a vicious cycle is a chain of disadvantages and it creates a track-like structure of adversity from where it becomes difficult to overcome a situation. Also, virtuous cycle gives favorable results, whereas vicious cycle has detrimental results. Then we studied that how Japan, despite of having no natural resources, became one of the most developed countries. And lastly, we discussed few advantages of having an efficient human resource. Now, let us begin with today's topic. Students, we studied that Vilas sold fish, whereas Sakal worked in some private firm. Just like them, people are engaged in various kinds of activities. They might be working as doctors or a potter, or they might be engaged in transportation. They might also be engaged in agriculture, shopkeeping, or might be employed as a worker in some factory. Students, apart from these activities, we have a lot of other activities in which people are engaged for their earning. So all these activities are termed as economic activities. The economic activities can be classified as primary, secondary, or tertiary sector. We will study about each one of them. But first, let us understand what are economic activities. Humans perform a variety of activities on any given day. We can say that all the activities we do to earn a living are economic activities. Students, these activities are related to production, distribution, and exchange of goods and services with a view to make them available to consumers and also to earn income. For example, employees working in a factory and receiving wages are performing economic activities. This activity is being done for income. Next, the salespeople who visit customers and other office staff are also economically active. And owner of any firm are performing economic activities because they run the business and try to make sure it is profitable. So these are few examples of economic activities. In all these examples, we can see that some type of goods or services are being produced and people are earning some income out of it. So these are economic activities. Now that we have studied what are economic activities, so now let us study about the different sectors in which it is classified. So students, it is classified into three sectors: primary, secondary, and tertiary sector. Let us understand these one by one, starting with primary sector. So this sector includes activities undertaken by directly using or exploiting natural resources. So all the work that people do that involves the direct usage of natural resources will come under primary sector. For example, agriculture, fishing, forestry. Next, secondary sector. This sector includes activities in which natural products are changed to finished products. So for example, making chair from wood. So wood is a natural product and from that we are making chair, that is the finished product. Or processing sugar cane for sugar. So sugarcane again is a natural resource and people process it for sugar. So these are few activities that will be included or that will come under secondary sector. Now we all know that the processing of inputs take place in some factory or industries. So that is why secondary sector is also known as industrial sector, because it is related with industries. And the last one is tertiary sector. Now student, tertiary sector includes activities that generate services. It does not include work that produces any kind of goods. But in this sector, those activities are included that generates services to the people. For example, transportation, tourism, banking. In all these activities, you can see that people are rendering or people are giving some type of service to their customers. So these will be termed as tertiary sector activities. And since tertiary sector includes activities that generate services, that is why this sector is also known as service sector. Moving ahead, students, there are few terms that are used in your textbook. Let us understand these important terms one by one. So the first one is non-economic activities. Now students, these are, we can say, just the opposite of economic activities. These are performed for emotional reasons or concern for another person. Any religious, charitable, recreational activities that you are performing for your own happiness will be considered as non-economic activity. For example, if you enjoy painting as a hobby, it is a non-economic activity. However, if you sell your painting, then it becomes an economic activity. So we can say that the motive behind doing any activity is a strong indicator of its nature, whether it is economic or non-economic. Apart from this term non-economic activities, there are two other terms that we have to study, that is market and non-market activities. So students, market activities involve remuneration to anyone who performs a work. What is remuneration? Remuneration means it refers to the money that is paid for some work to a person. So market activities includes those work for which you get payment. And we have studied that economic activities are also those activities in which you are getting any kind of payment. So we can say that market activities are also known as economic activities. The same way, non-market activities are performed for self-consumption. You are performing these activities, you will perform these activities for your self-consumption. You are not earning anything out of it. So these will be non-economic activities. So market activities are also known as economic activities and non-market activities are also known as non-economic activities. Next, students, we studied just now that economic activities are also known as market activities and non-economic activities are known as non-market activities. But then there is this statement given in your textbook, that is, economic activities have two parts, that is market and non-market. How? Let us understand the meaning of this statement with the help of an example. Suppose a nurse looks after her patients in hospital. This is a market activity. Why? As she will be getting paid for it. Now, if the same nurse takes care of her son at home, this will be a non-market activity. Why? As she is not getting anything paid for it. Now students, here the activity that is being performed is nursing and this is an economic activity. But whether it will be market or non-market depends on the motive behind doing it. As we studied in the previous slide, that the motive behind doing any activity is a strong indicator of its nature. So students, now we can say that for a work, when a person is getting paid in some situation, makes it a market activity. And for the same work done by that particular person in some other situation, in which the person is not getting paid, will be considered as non-market activity. So this is how we can say that economic activities have two parts, that is market and non-market. I hope now the meaning of this statement is clear to you all. So students, that's all for today's class. Today we studied about economic and non-economic activities. Here are two questions for your assignment. Thank you, class.